Correction, 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 correction. On my part, correction. I made a mistake on the PS5 Macdonald's PS5 controller video. Correction on my part. But one thing I am glad that I left a link in the description box. So you can see where I got my information from. So correction on my part. Okay. I just found this article today where Sony didn't authorize the Macdonald's PS5 controller. You know, they didn't. But they stopped those controllers from being going forward. Listen to this. It says there were no plans to ever release the Macdonald's PS5 controller. It says, as it turned out, the Macdonald's PS5 DualSense controller was never actually meant to be advertised in the first place. IGN learned that the design was an internal concept that never left the planning phase. That's number one. Let alone something McDonald's approached PlayStation about. In a statement from McDonald's Australia, the company confirmed that the image was provided to a media in error. There is no commercial relationship between McDonald's Australia and Sony PlayStation. It says, this is in addition to the previous statement from the company about Sony PlayStation not authorizing the use of its controller in materials, despite the mock-up design. Sony PlayStation and McDonald's Australia have no official partnership on the controller, which is bad news for folks looking to grow their DualSense collection. Original Story McDonald's Australia announced last week that it would give away a limited number of special edition PS5 controller, each customized to include illustration of burgers and fries along with an asymmetric white, red, yellow color scheme. It kicked off an internet-wide discussion of whether they were cool or not, all of which turned out to be academic when Sony reportedly stepped in and blocked the controller from being released at all. As reported by Press Start, the stream week set to include the controller giveaway was suddenly postponed, and McDonald's confirmed that when it does happen, fast food themed DualSense controller will not be a part of the celebration anymore. Sony PlayStation has authorized the use of its controller in promotional material related to the proposed Stream Week event, and we apologize for any inconvenience caused, wrote a spokesperson. McDonald's Stream Week has been postponed and Sony PlayStation controller will not be included in the giveaway. And Sony has released very few official versions of the Sony has released very few official versions of DualSense controllers since PS5 launch, which might account for why it stepped in here. Famously, the company has even had a part in forcing custom PS5 parts makers to cancel all their pre-order sales. The closest you're going to get to McDonald's design is painting your own white controller, and unless you are one of these people, we don't suggest you try that. If you don't want something a little different, we do at least now have the choice of black and red controllers. The outstanding question, of course, is whether the controllers were merely a concept or if Sony had already had some made. If it's the latter, you can probably bet one of these becoming a hugely valuable video game collector item in the years to come. So again, correction, and mistakes were made on my part, but I'm glad that I left a link in the description box to show you where I get my information from. Now, to address this this McDonald's PS5 controller, you know, there was only one thing that was never done. You know, it was like a conversation between McDonald's and Sony about the controllers. That's the only thing that didn't happen. because I mean the concept and the idea was there. You know, the concept, the idea was there, but the question, it all comes down to McDonald's did not approach Sony about, you know, about making these PS5 McDonald's DualSense controllers. And based on the article where it says, oops, going up, where it says Sony, they didn't do the it says there is no commercial relationship between McDonald's Australia and Sony PlayStation. Sony is a billion-dollar corporation. McDonald's is a billion-dollar corporation, but they have no commercial relationship, and that was the main issue. But the idea, the concept was there. You know, it's just that McDonald's didn't do the extra step, you know, of like probably talking to Sony about the entire situation. But Sony does have the right to stop McDonald's from promoting those controllers because no conversations were met, and PlayStation is Sony's property, so they do have the right to protect their brand, you know, when it comes to situations like this. But as far as my part goes, correction on my part, you know. But I'm glad that I left a link in the description box to show you where I got the information from. So, you know, it would have been worse if I would have made the video and then all of a sudden I didn't put a link in the description box to show you where I got the information from. If I didn't do that, then I would have been in a worse situation. But correction on my part, you know, about this McDonald's PS5 video. And I had to do this follow-up video because this caught my attention, you know, and then I had to like say, okay, I need to make a correction. That's what I'm doing now. So my apology, folks. And I'm gonna leave a link in the description box with this article, so you can see it for yourself again, like I did the last one. So anyway, nice talking to you people. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.